Praise be to Jesus. Pope's change to Catechism contradicts natural law and the deposit of faith. This is all over the internet, what's going on with the death penalty. In the boldest and most reckless move to date in a pontificate that was already out of control and sowing confusion on a massive scale, the Vatican has announced Pope Francis's substitution in the Catechism of the Catholic Church of a new doctrine on capital punishment. Sacred Scripture, sacred tradition, and the magisterium of the Church for 2,000 years have upheld the intrinsic legitimacy of the death penalty for grave crimes against the common good of church or state. There had never been any doubt in the minds of anyone on this subject. It was not a point of contention in the schism between East and West, or in the Reformation and Counter-Reformation, or in the period of the Enlightenment. In short, it was one of those rare subjects on which agreement could be found not only within the Church, but with nearly everyone. The reason is simple. According to the natural law and Scripture alike, the rulers of a state, acting as representatives of divine justice and as custodians of the common good, may exercise an authority over life and death that they do not possess as private persons. In other words, it is God, always God, who has the right of life and death, and if the state shares in his divine authority, it has, at least in principle, the authority to end the life of a criminal. That the state does share in divine authority is the constant dogmatic teaching of the Church, found most explicitly and repeatedly in the encyclical letters of Pope Leo XIII. Lest there be any doubts on this matter, Edward Fesser and Joseph Basset published a comprehensive overview on the subject, By Man Shall His Blood Be Shed, a Catholic defense of capital punishment. In this hard-hitting book, Fesser and Basset present the natural law arguments in favor of capital punishment, furnish a variable catalog of citations from scriptures, fathers and doctors of the Church, and popes that uphold its legitimacy, and mount a critique of the logical fallacies and doctrinal contradictions, be they those of American bishops or even of the Bishop of Rome, who attempt to wiggle out of this unanimous witness of faith and reason. Some may say that Francis is not being revolutionary here, since Pope John Paul II was also opposed to capital punishment. But there is a crucial difference. John Paul II never questioned the admissibility of the death penalty as such. Indeed, he could have not done so, because there is no way to reject this penalty without repudiating the foundations of Catholic social teaching. Instead, John Paul II recommended favoring the approach of detention, clemency, and rehabilitation. About such potential prudential issues, Christians and Catholics can indeed disagree with one another, presenting various arguments pro and con. The matter at hand could not be more grave. If Pope Francis is right, only one conclusion follows. The Church was wrong in a major issue, literally of life and death. Excuse me. And, if he's right about this, then that will eventually lead to, the same kind of reasoning or whatever power that is associated with him being able to do this, to apply it to other things. This is really a very big deal. Now, there are some other points of view here, one from Cardinal Laderia, and I'm going to leave that link I'm going to leave both links in the description box if you're interested in sorting this out.